On meditation practices that reportedly result in the levitation of the body and out-of-body consciousness. Will Christian meditation enable us to levitate?
Well, I haven't achieved it yet. I think meditation is not about any of those kind of phenomena. That's why John Main, in this, he was part of the whole tradition, says in meditation nothing happens. But if it does, ignore it. And it's a very good piece of advice, and it's a very good way of putting it. When you first start to meditate, you may have certain phenomena, because your body and your mind are getting used to this new experience, this new way of being still, being quiet. So you may have some phenomena. Sometimes people feel either very light. I haven't heard of anyone levitating, but sometimes you feel very light, sometimes people feel very heavy. Sometimes they see colors. But all of that is not good or bad, it's just phenomenal. And it's usually temporary. 99.99% of the time it's temporary, just as you get used to this new way of being. So it doesn't have any spiritual significance. Now, I must say that in the years I've been meditating, I've become less interested in the supernatural. The reason for that, I think, is that God has entered into nature, into human nature, into the natural world. That's what the incarnation means. God is actively present in Christ in everything. So I think it's a distraction and a kind of spiritual gluttony, maybe even, to be looking for that kind of phenomena as if it has spiritual significance, because ultimately it doesn't. So there is a deeper wonder, a deeper mystery to be found by leaving that kind of phenomena aside. If it happens, let it happen, forget it. But to focus upon this inner journey of silence, more wonder and more grace and more benefits are found by doing that. So I think that is the best advice, really. I mean, in terms of the levitation, as I said, I think it's. I've never met anybody who is levitating, east or west, in any tradition. So I'm not saying it can't happen, and I'm sure you could. If you wanted to spend 20 to 30 years developing yogic skills, you might be able to levitate 2 inches off the ground. But it's a big investment of your life just to do that. You know? I think there's more interesting ways of investing in yourself. But sometimes there are, as I say, these little phenomena. Sometimes when you meditate, people sometimes feel their hands on their lap like this. Their hands become light and sort of lift a little bit. Maybe that's levitation. That's as far as you get. And then that's a phenomenon, I think, that passes after a certain time as the energy of the body and the mind become more harmonized and regulated.
I want to thank those of you who submitted the questions, because they not only benefit you who asked the question, but it benefits everybody in your audience. So keep the questions coming, drop them into the box, and then tomorrow, we will have 2 or 3 sessions where I can have this sort of Q&A with Father Laurence. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming today and have a very safe journey home.